The hallway in my apartment was 12 steps long. I know because I counted them every day. 12 from my bedroom to the kitchen, 12 back. But 3 weeks ago, I woke up at exactly 4 a.m. and counted 13.at first. I thought I made a mistake. Then the hallway kept getting longer, one room at a time, and eventually, there was a door at the end that had never existed before. I moved into the apartment because it was cheap. That should already tell you everything. The building was old. Not charming old, rotting old. The kind where pipes screamed at night, and the elevator sounded like it was dying between floors, but the apartment itself looked normal enough. Small bedroom, tiny bathroom, narrow hallway connecting everything together. The hallway was impossible to ignore long. Too long for the apartment layout, honestly, but I got used to it quickly. Every morning, bedroom, hallway, kitchen, coffee, same routine, same 12 steps, until the night I woke up thirsty. I checked my phone. 4:00 a.m. Exactly. The apartment felt unusually cold. Not normal cold. Heavy cold. Like walking into a freezer. I got out of bed and started down the hallway toward the kitchen. 1, 2, 3. The floorboards creaked differently. 4, 5. The hallway looked darker than usual. 6, 7, 8. The kitchen light suddenly felt farther away. 9, 10, 11, 12, then 13. My foot landed on floor that shouldn't exist. I froze. The hallway was longer, not by much, maybe 3 extra feet. But I knew my apartment perfectly, and this was wrong. At the very end of the hallway, past the kitchen entrance, there was darkness, a section that shouldn't have been there. I stared at it for nearly a minute before forcing myself forward. The second I reached for the kitchen light, everything snapped back to normal. The hallway was 12 steps. Again. No extra space. No darkness. I didn't sleep after that. The next night, I stayed awake on purpose. 3:58 am. Nothing. 3:59. Still normal. Then every light in the apartment dimmed slightly, flickering, weekend light. The electricity itself was exhausted. 4:00 a.m. The hallway stretched. I saw it happen. This time, the far wall physically moved backward, silently, like reality itself was being pulled apart. Drywall extended, floorboards groaned, the ceiling elongated into darkness. I stumbled backwards so hard I hit the bathroom door. The hallway was now easily twice its normal length, and at the end, there was a new wall, fresh white paint, perfectly clean like it had always been there. Then I heard something behind it, a soft knock, 3 times. The next morning, I asked my neighbor if he'd heard construction during the night. The old man across the hall stared at me strangely. Then he asked, "You heard knocking too?" I laughed nervously. He didn't. He invited me inside. Immediately, his apartment smelled like cigarettes and dust. The walls were covered in handwritten notes, numbers, dates, measurements, hallway lengths. I felt sick reading them. 12 steps, 13 steps, 15 steps, 18 steps. A note near the kitchen said, "Don't open the last door." The old man noticed me reading it. Then he whispered, "It grows faster when you look at it." Before I could ask what that meant, he slammed his own hallway door shut, hard, like he was terrified something might already be listening. That night, I locked myself in the bedroom. ATM sharp. The apartment groaned. The sound was deep, massive, like concrete bending underwater. Then came the stretching noises. Walls sliding, wood cracking, pipes moaning. I slowly opened my bedroom door. The hallway was enormous now. At least 50 feet long, and halfway down it, there was a new doorway. Warm yellow light spilled from inside. I didn't want to look, but I did. The room beyond the doorway looked exactly like my childhood living room. Same old couch, same TV, same family photos. Even the stain on the carpet near the bookshelf was there. My chest tightened. I stepped closer. Inside the room, The TV was on. Static hissed softly. Then shapes began moving inside the screen. People. Standing together. Watching. I backed away immediately. And somewhere deeper down the hallway, another door slowly creaked open. The apartment started changing during the day, too. Tiny things at first. Corners slightly wrong. Doors farther apart. The hallway no longer matched the outside. Dimensions of the building. I measured it obsessively. Every night it gained more space, more doors, more rooms. And every room contained something from my past. My middle school classroom, my grandmother's kitchen, the hospital room where my father died. Each room perfectly accurate, perfectly silent, except for the sounds inside the walls. Footsteps, slow, dragging, moving, deeper in the hallway, never toward me, always away, as if something was leading me somewhere, or waiting for me to follow. By the seventh night, the hallway no longer fit inside the apartment. It couldn't. There was no physical way, yet it continued endlessly into darkness. Dozens of doors lined the walls now, some open, some closed, and at the very end stood a black door, different from the others. An O-handle, an O-frame. Just darkness, shaped like a door. The moment I saw it, all the other rooms went silent. An O-static. No footsteps, nothing. Then every door in the hallway slowly opened at once. Creak. Inside each room, people stood motionless. People from my life, teachers, friends, family members, even my dead father, all staring directly at me, none of them blinking. Then, together, they pointed toward the black door. I should have run. Instead, I walked, step by step down the endless hallway. The air became colder the closer I got. The walls looked wet, breathing somehow, and behind me, I heard all the people from the room stepping into the hallway, following slowly, not rushing. They knew I'd keep walking. When I reached the black door, it opened inward by itself. The room beyond wasn't a room. It was another hallway, much larger, infinite, thousands of doors stretching endlessly into darkness, and standing in the center was me, older, exhausted, terrified. He looked at me with bloodshot eyes and whispered, "You finally made it back." Then the hallway behind him shifted, and something enormous moved in the dark. Not human. Too tall. Its head scraped across the ceiling somewhere far above. The older version of me started crying. "You weren't supposed to open it." Then all the lights went out. I woke up in my apartment the next morning. Everything looked normal again. Small hallway, 12 steps. No extra rooms. No black door. I almost convinced myself it was all stress, until I noticed something beside my bedroom door. Fresh footprints, wet, leading down the hallway, and stopping one step past where the wall should be.